Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Lane. Today we're doing a realistic rebuild of the Philadelphia Eagles. If you didn't know, I do new rebuilds every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. But let's go check out the team. Carson Wentz is going to be very happy with this rebuild because injuries are turned off, so he'll be able to play every game. But the Eagles are a very interesting case. They have a lot of older players. There are some good young players. But look at the offensive line. Jason Peters, Kelsey Brooks, Lane Johnson. On defense, you have Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Malik Jackson, Malcolm Jenkins, Zach Brown. So we will make the playoffs and probably the Super Bowl in year one. But from there on out, it's going to be a very interesting case. But we're an 84 overall team. Starting quarterback Carson Wentz, 82 overall star development. The new running back Jordan Howard, 80 overall. They also have Darren Sproles, but they did draft Sanders, 72 overall, normal development, 22 years old. 77 break tackle, 89 speed, 90 acceleration, 89 agility. Hopefully he can step on up. Number one receiver, Alshon Jeffrey, 87 overall star development. The number two receiver, Deshaun Jackson, 85 overall. They also have Nelson Aguilar, 83 overall. And the newly drafted J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, 73 overall, hidden development, which is probably star, 22 years old. 89 speed, 90 acceleration, 82 catching, 87 catch in traffic. A tight end, Zach Ertz, 93 overall, superstar X Factor. Lane Johnson is the right tackle, 89 overall. Brandon Brooks is the right guard, 89 overall. Jason Kelsey, 94 overall. Left guard, Simalo, 70 overall. That's really not going to work out. Jason Peters is our left tackle. He gets hurt all the time as well. 87 overall, star development. And the backup is the newly drafted Andre Dillard, 69 overall, normal development, 23 years old. 86 strength, 67 run block, 76 pass block. So obviously this whole offensive line is going to have to get replaced eventually, but should be good for 2 to 3 years. But let's go check out that defense. The cornerback position is the youngest part of this defense, and the number one corner is Ronald Darby, 82 overall, star development. The number two corner, Maddox, 78 overall. The number three corner, Sidney Jones, 77 overall, star development. I believe the cornerbacks are considered the weakest part of this defense, and it doesn't look all that bad. The right end, Brandon Graham, 89 overall, star development. The defensive tackle one, Fletcher Cox, 96 overall, superstar X Factor. Jackson's our defensive tackle two, 80 overall. We also have Jernigan, 78 overall. The left end, Derek Barnett, 76 overall. The strong safety, Malcolm Jenkins, 92 overall, star development. The left outside linebacker is Kruger Hill, 73 overall. The middle linebacker, Bradham, 78 overall. And Zach Brown was a very interesting pickup at right outside linebacker, 82 overall. And the free safeties, McLeod, 79 overall, star development. Like I said, a lot of older players on this defense that we're going to have to replace eventually, but hopefully we can get a good 2 to 3 year run out of it. But let's go to the midseason mark. Whenever I play as another team in the NFC East, the Eagles always dominate, so of course we are tied for last place with the Giants of all teams at 3-5. The Cowboys are 5-2, the Redskins somehow at 4-4, which makes no sense. Now, Jason Peters is going to be a free agent. Might just let him walk, or he might retire after this year and then just start Andre Dillard. Aguilar, I think we'll let him walk because we have Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, Arcega-Whiteside. Ronald Darby, we will bring back. We have $7.35 million in cap space, so let's think about this for a second. Jordan Howard could probably go. McLeod, Jernigan, I'll probably bring back eventually. So I think we'll start off with Ronald Darby. So let's give him 4 years, we'll do $7 million, 3.28. He's going to take that offer perfect. Zach Brown, I'm not concerned about. It's mostly Jernigan, who I don't think we need, and Jordan Howard, which maybe. I don't know how he's going to do with the Eagles. Yeah, everybody else I'm not too concerned about. We will have to cut money eventually, but not right now. So let's go to the playoffs and see if we make it. In theory, we should be making the playoffs right now because the Eagles have the best roster in the NFL, but of course we don't. Why wouldn't we? We are tied. What is that? Tied for second place with the Redskins and the Giants at 8-8. The Cowboys won the division at 9-7. Very interesting. Carson Wentz, 3,900 yards, 27 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Jordan Howard, 668 touchdowns, not all that great. Darren Sproles, 574, 6 touchdowns. Alshon Jeffrey, 956, 4 touchdowns. Ertz, 880 with 4. Aguilar, 728, 9 touchdowns. Deshaun Jackson, 704, 5 touchdowns. Sproles with 2, Goddard with 1, Howard with 1, Rogers with 2. On defense, Bradham, 137 tackles. Wow. Sack totals, 10.5 for Cox, 5.5 for Josh Sweat, 5 for Zach Brown and Brandon Graham. Interceptions, 3 for Jenkins, 3 for Sendijo, I believe is how you say it, 2 for Bradham and Maddox. What about safeties or defensive touchdowns? Nothing and nothing. Now, I heard some rumors that Darren Sproles can be in the Offensive Rookie of the Year. We're going to check that out in a second. Elliott with the MVP. Any Eagles up here? Of course not. Brady, Josh Allen, Coach of the Year, Andy Reid. Didn't really think we were going to be up there. NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Elliott again. Drew Brees, Barkley, Trubisky. No Eagles, Matthew Stafford. Defensive Player of the Year, Ogletree. Really? Bradham at #2. I do like to see that. Anthony Barr, Kendricks. No other Eagles. Offensive Rookie of the Year. There he is, Darren Sproles at #2. That's what I like to see. Isn't he like 35 years old? Something like that. I know he's not that old, but isn't he up there in age? We have to look for our Sega Whiteside. He is not there. Defensive Player of the Year, nothing. I believe Darren Sproles is at least 32. At least 32. I believe he was on the Saints for a long time. He has to be up there in age, right? He's 37. I told you he was like 35, 36. And he almost won Rookie of the Year. That's pretty good. I'm just saying. Our Sega Whiteside with 5 is star development. Yeah, we can let Aguilar go. I know Deshaun Jackson is getting up there in age. We have a few in the offensive line. What about Dillard? Dillard has 3. He'll be a 72. That's not bad. On defense, nothing really other than our corners. I mean, 2 for Barnett's not bad. 1 for Cox, 1 for Jernigan, but nothing really else. Let's go find out who's going to win the Super Bowl. I can't believe we didn't even make the playoffs. This might be the best roster in football. Now, this is a Super Bowl I would love to watch. A shootout between the Saints and the Patriots. The Saints beat my Patriots 45-30. Even though the Patriots lost, I'd still love to watch that. Of course, Brady and Brees both retired, so we're never going to know. Kamara, 61 yards with a touchdown. Sony Michel with a touchdown. Josh Gordon with a touchdown, who just got reinstated yesterday. Receiving, Ginn, 98 yards with a touchdown. Thomas, 74 with a touchdown. Demaryius Thomas with a touchdown. I don't really think he's going to be on the Patriots this year. Jerry Cook with a touchdown. Touchdown for Latavius Murray. Not bad, not bad. Now, I do want to cut some players just to make some money. I believe Jason Peters just retired, which works out. Aguilar's still there, which is interesting. I just don't think they're going to bring him back. What do we have for money? Negative $542K. Where can I cut some money? Probably nowhere realistically, unless I get rid of my offensive lineman, which I'm not going to do. Aguilar's going to be gone. Yeah, there's nowhere. I mean, Barnett, we could save some money. Our right tackle, we could save some money. Jordan Howard, I could cut. He's going to be a free agent. Never mind. We don't have to do that. Yeah, this is going to be tough. We're going to have to depend on the draft, which is fine because we should have a mid-round draft pick. I do want to look at the free agents just so we can see who would have been there. Oh, no, we do have 2.97. That's not really going to do anything for us. Hunt's there. Fuller's there. Sanders is our starting running back, so I'd love to bring in Hunt, but I don't think we have the money for it. We're going to have to go further down the list, find some, some steals later on, like an 80-type player. Not like a Willie Snead, not a Bryant. Hargrave we don't need. Dante Fowler would be interesting, but I don't think so. Aaron Lynch. Do we go with an Aaron Lynch? We lost Zach Brown. We could probably get Aaron Lynch for pretty cheap. Not for that long, that's for sure. All right, we're going to do 2. Actually, you know what? We're going to do... No, 2 years, 1.9 will be fine. 1.23 signing bonus, 20 points. Whoo, he is not going to take that. Let's advance the week just so he can turn us down. There's no chance he takes that. If he does, he might be pretty desperate. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Let's go to the draft. With the 16th pick in the first round, we're taking free safety Bradley Bruce. He's a 74 overall. He has star development, 21 years old, 86 speed, 73 zone and tackles, 78 pursuit. Awesome. In the second round, we're taking left end Deion Zachary. He's a 68 overall, 21 years old, 65 power move, 73 finesse, 79 speed, 86 acceleration. I know we have Andre Dillard, but I'm going to take this left tackle for right tackle eventually. Justin Leonard, let's see what he's all about. 70 overall, normal development, 21 years old, 89 strength, 77 run block, 74 pass block. That is a great, great pick. Heading into year 2, we're a 78 overall team, 87 offense, 81 defense. Wentz is an 83. We did draft Flanagan, 63 overall, hidden development. He's not going to play, though. Sanders is our running back, 74 overall. We have Jeffrey, 86, Deshaun Jackson, 79, and our Sega Whiteside, 78 to... Heading into year 2, we have a 78 overall team. Wentz is an 83. We did draft Flanagan, 63 overall, hidden development, but he's not going to play. Sanders is our running back, 74 overall. At receiver, Jeffrey, 86, Deshaun Jackson, 79, and our Sega Whiteside's a 78. Ertz 94, the offensive line 89, 90, 94, 72, and 70. We need Dillon to be starting for sure. Thank you very much. On defense, Darby 83, Sidney Jones 78, Brandon Graham 86, Fletcher Cox 97, Jackson a 79, Barnett 78, Maddox is an 80, Jenkins 87, Jerry's a 69, Bradham up to superstar 78, Fort's our right outside linebacker at 66, and Bruce is our free safety 74. I have to look around at these contracts real quick. Maybe we have to cut bait on some of these guys. Let's go find out. We are good to go. Brandon Graham still has 2 years left on his deal. Jenkins is fine. So let's go to the midseason mark. Boy, oh boy. We are in last place at 2-5. That is not good. Of course, the Giants are in first at 5-2 somehow. Who's going to be a free agent? That is Brandon Brooks, who I will bring back. What do we have for money? $11 million. We are so strapped for cash. Barnett, I feel like, is going to bring back is Sidney Jones. This is really not good. I know this team's so well-rounded that it makes sense, but we need these players back. Thank you. Sidney Jones, I definitely need back as well. Make him that offer. Thank you as well. Richard Rodgers, Douglas, Hollins. No. Malcolm Jenkins walking is super fine, but I really want Brandon Brooks back. I'll see if he takes this 2 years, 6.5. Oh, you want some more salary. Okay, what does Jenkins want? 2 years. Oh, really? Oh, no, we don't have the money. Oh, that's fine. Let's go to the playoffs. I love when you do a realistic rebuild, but the Eagles don't make the playoffs in back-to-back years. It makes no sense. We went 8-8 again, tied with the Cowboys. The Giants are 10-6. The Redskins are 7-9. I mean, Daniel Jones? Really? Carson Wentz, 4,100 yards, 33 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Great year. Sanders, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Awesome. Scott with 6. Hollins, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Ertz, 932 and 4. Jeffrey, 826, 11 touchdowns. Jackson with 6. Where's Arcega-Whiteside? 92 yards is my number 3 receiver. What are we talking about? Bradham, 120 tackles, 116 for Jerry. Sack totals, 12.5 for Cox, 5.5 for Graham, 4 for Barnett. Interceptions, 5 for Jerry. Where did he come from? 2 for Darby, a bunch of ones to go around. Safeties, nothing. Defensive touchdowns, nothing. Carson Wentz should be in the top 10 for MVP. There he is, number 7. I do like to see that. Elliott's up there. Cam Newton, Coach of the Year, Anthony Lynn. NFC Offensive Player of the Year. We are up to number 6 now, so we went up 1. Kareem Hunt on the Redskins. Interesting. Oh, I saw Brissett on the Saints. Jerry with the Defensive Player of the Year. Wow. I don't even know who that is, just to be completely honest with you. Offensive Rookie of the Year. We have Flanagan, our backup quarterback, which probably didn't play whatsoever. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Bruce at number 2, which is good to see. So we have a lot of representation right here. I could say words. I mean, what is Flanagan's development? It's going to be something crazy like superstar, right? No, just star with 3 XP. That's fine. Nothing really on offense. 1 for Arcega-Whiteside. Deshaun Jackson will be gone. We have Hollins, who led the team but only got 1 XP point. That makes sense. Bruce has 4. Will be a 78. 5 for Jerry will be a 75. So that actually is pretty good. I mean, it's still going to be a rough year, too. I mean, we should be making the playoffs. That was going to be the good years. This is going to be the rough years, so I really don't know how the rest of this rebuild's going to go. I think this might be the most unlikely Super Bowl next year. The Jaguars beat the Giants 31-10. I mean, maybe Nick Foles carries the Jaguars, but no way the Giants are going to get there. Nick Foles, 281, 2 touchdowns. They have Blake Bortles as their quarterback over Daniel Jones with 1 interception for Blake Bortles. Well done. Fournette, 94 yards, 2 for Armstead. Marquise Lee, 8 for 123. D.D. Westbrook with a touchdown. I mean, this would have been a very, very boring game, especially with Blake Bortles in the game. Like, what are we doing here? Now, did we somehow open up some money? I want to see if we can free up any money right now, actually, because I want Brandon Brooks back. I'm going to say Brandon Graham. I definitely want him back. Now, Zach Ertz, didn't mean to click on that. Zach Ertz, we could cut. I'm not going to do that. Obviously, Brandon Graham, we could cut and save $10 million. Jeffrey, you can cut, same thing, save a ton of money. Jackson, goodbye, so long. Man, that's a lot of money to pay Malik Jackson. What else do we have here? Lane Johnson, Ertz, no. I don't see anybody else. LJ Fort, maybe. It's not really that big of a savings. I think we are going to trade Brandon Graham maybe in the offseason. And maybe Alshon Jeffrey as well. Just to open up some of that money, because this next year is going to be terrible, but then we have 2 more years after that. I would like to bring back Brandon Brooks for 1 year. 2 years for Brandon Brooks? I don't know. I'd rather draft somebody. Like, do we really want to pay Brandon Brooks 6.5 for 2 years? I'd rather 1 year and up it a little bit more just to free up that money after next year. I'll see if he takes this 1 year deal. You want to play for a new team, that makes sense. 14-7, I'm not going to do that. I just can't. That just doesn't make sense financially. It just, maybe you disagree. That's fine. So we have $12 million in cap space. Is there anybody there that would make sense? No. Brandon Brooks got 96 points from the Chargers. I don't really see anybody unless we went with like a Fournette or a Tevin Coleman, which I don't really want to do. We could go with McKinley for the right price. Get rid of Brandon Graham so we have a little bit of a younger player on a cheaper contract. I want to see what 3.55 does. 93 points. That's almost the same amount of money, but Brandon Graham's going to start regressing big time. Let's go 99 points. That's fine. Malcolm Jenkins, no. I think we're good to go right here. I mean, we still don't have any money. I don't know when we're going to have to pay Wentz again. I probably should look into that. Let's advance the week, see if we get him. No, he turned us down. That's fine, I suppose. Let's go to the draft. Now, we have the 14th overall pick, and if we're going to trade away Brandon Graham, I have to look at these ends. This end looks pretty good. Speed rusher, first in the 20-yard, second in the 3-cone in the 40-yard. Seems pretty good, and a scheme fit. We have Miles here, 6'6". He's good at jumping. I'm not too concerned about that. Bowen, 6'5". No, I'd rather get the one near the top. There's a quarterback who looks like a beast. I don't really see anybody else. What's this left outside linebacker? Doesn't look all that great. So let's take, is it Miles? Yeah, it was Miles. Rashard Miles. Let's see what he's all about. 70 overall. He has star development, 21 years old, 61 power moves, 77 finesse, 80 speed, 82 acceleration. Maybe wasn't the best pick, but we're going to need it right end. And there's not many other weak spots. Maybe an offensive lineman we could have went with, but I don't think that would be a good idea in my opinion. Let's see what else is going to be here. Defensive tackles. Don't really need that. Ooh, let's go with Deshaun Burney. He's a 69 overall, 23 years old, but a good pick, it says. 70 tackles, 69 hit power, 84 speed, 86 acceleration. I love that pick a lot. I know he doesn't have hidden development, which we immediately star development, but still a good pick nonetheless. You don't need a hidden development guy every single time, even though people love to put that in the titles. I don't think that's going to happen every single time. What about offensive line help? Of course, there is nothing. Maybe Spellman eventually, maybe next round. So where do we want to go? I was hoping that's a good quarterback, it seems. I think we're going to go with Shaquille Hall. He's a 67 overall with star development, 22 years old, 78 tackles, 71 hit power, 82 speed, 76 acceleration, which I know that, what was his name that did really well? Jerry did pretty well, so that's not the best pick, I suppose, because we took 2 linebackers. But if we can replace Jerry, who basically is a no-name, but even though he played pretty well, if he is up the star somehow, which he might be, then obviously we'll keep him, but we're going to have to wait and see. Fox seems pretty good, but let's go with Spellman. That's who I said I wanted to take. He's a 67 overall, 21 years old, 87 strength, 69 run block, 77 pass block. That's not bad for a 4th-round pick. And then hopefully if I can get that right guard with the next pick, we'll be good to go. Of course, he'll probably be gone, so we won't be able to get him. I think there's a pretty good draft overall, though. Let's see, right guard. He is still there. Vincent Fox, second in the bench press. He's a 69 overall, 23 years old, 88 strength, 62 run block, 77 pass block. I think this is a great draft. So I put Jeffrey and Brandon Graham on the trade block. Let's see what we can get. It's not 100% I'm going to trade, though, but if there's a good trade, like a 2, 5, and a 7, let's trade him to the Dolphins, get him out of our conference. That'll be fine. Now, let's see what we can get for Brandon Graham. Now, the problem with the Eagles, they went all in. It's going to be the same problem with the Rams. You go all in, it's gonna hurt eventually. A 2, 5, and a 6 from the Giants. No, let's take it from the Chargers, just because the Giants were in the Super Bowl. So let's take a final look at our team. 73 overall team. Yikes. Wentz is an 84. Sanders, 76. Arcega-Whiteside is 79. Deshaun Jackson, 72. Ertz is a 94. The offensive line, 90, 69, 92, 73, and 74. On defense, Darby 84, Sidney Jones is an 80, Miles 70, Cox 97, Hector's a 63, Barnett 80, Maddox 81, Houston 63, Hall's a 67, Bradham 78, Bernie 69, and Bruce is a 78. I mean, this might be the worst year left, or worst year yet. Yet somehow we're tied for first place at 3-4. The Giants are 2-5-1, and the Redskins are 1-6. I guess the Giants did have Blake Bortles as their quarterback, so I shouldn't assume they would have got back. I don't know. Zach Ertz, I want to bring back. What do we have for money this time? $88 million. That sounds more like it. Let's go there. Let's go here. He should take that offer. Thank you. Kelsey, I'll try to bring back. Same thing with Lane Johnson. 1 year, that's fine, because I'm hoping we can make a run next year. Sign some good free agents, make a run. Improving the bonus would go a long way. You're 33 years old. Like, really? Lane Johnson, I'll give him 2 years. He wants more money. Okay, they're all big-timing me. Maddox, I want you to come back as our number 2 corner. Thank you. Goddard's there. Josh Sweat's there. Probably bring him back. I mean, we don't need Goddard if he'll take this offer. I don't think I'm going to bring him back then if he's going to turn us down like that. Josh Sweat, let's give him 2 years, 1.3. That'll be good. Deshaun Jackson, no. Hall, no thanks right now. Scott, I'm not worried about. A lot of these guys, I'm just not worried about. So let's go to the playoffs. I mean, we're going to miss by a mile, but let's go. I mean, we had no chance of making the playoffs. How did we do? We went 5-11, tied with the Redskins. The Eagles are 8-8. The Giants are 7-8-1. This is just an awful division right now. Wentz, 3,900 yards, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Good year. Rushing, Sanders, 990 with 5 touchdowns. Scott with 5. Receiving, Ertz, 910, 6 touchdowns. Arcega-Whiteside, 909, 5 touchdowns. Deshaun Jackson, 800 yards with 10 touchdowns. Sanders, 4 with 553, not bad. Hall with 3. On defense, Bradham, 108 tackles. Sack totals, 8.5 for Fletcher Cox, 5.5 for Bradham, 4 for Miles and Zachary. That's good to see. Interceptions, 2 for Darby, a bunch of ones to go around. Do we have any safeties or defensive touchdowns? Of course we don't. Why would we? Yearly awards, Wentz should be up here. We have Patrick Mahomes, Andrew Luck, Gurley, Brissett's up there, of course. No Carson Wentz. Coach of the Year, Freddie Kitchens. NFC Offensive Player of the Year. He should be up here now. He's not. Blake Bortles is up here, though. Whatever. Defensive Player of the Year. No Eagles. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Do we make any? No, I don't think so. Defensive Rookie of the Year. There's Miles at 3. There's Hall at 7. There's Birdie at 8. So a lot of good young players that we drafted. Just got to hope they have a ton of XP. Because next year, the year after, that's going to have to be it. Let's see. We have 4 for Cox in the offensive line, which is good. Or Fox, rather. Cox getting a little caught up right there. Sega Whiteside with 2. Hall with 3. So maybe I will bring him back. It's number 3, number 4 guy. Let's see. Miles with 7 will be a 77. Hall with 5 will be a 73 or 72. Bernie with 4 will be a 72 as well. So that's good to see. Bruce has 2 of a 79. All right, we're in pretty good shape in my opinion. Let's go find out who's going to win the Super Bowl. The Saints with Jacoby Brissett, the best Madden 20 sim player of all time, maybe of all Maddens, beat the Chiefs 21-10. Let's see how he did. Brissett 296, 2 touchdowns. Mahomes 157 with a touchdown. That's realistic. Kamara 81 yards. James White with 39. Receiving. Traquan Smith 11 for 97. Michael Thomas 58 yards with a touchdown. Kelsey with a touchdown. Nothing else too exciting. I want to bring back Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey for sure. It looks like Kelsey retired. He did. Okay, so Lane Johnson, we definitely need him back. Up his money a little bit just to make sure we have one good offensive lineman because this team's been taking a huge hit. Free agency will be better for you in the long run. Sorry, but you're coming back. Goddard, I really don't want to pay him. Even as a backup, I mean, we still have plenty of money now that I look at it, so let's up it a little bit more. Still $53 million to spend in free agency. That's good. Emmanuel Hall, I'll do 3 years, 1.8. He should be a 72 overall and when we upgrade all our players. I mean, do we take this right tackle just because he's star development? Probably. 2 years, 1.9. That's perfect. All right, let's go to the draft because I think we're good, right? The draft. Let's go to free agency, rather. Should probably pretend I know what I'm talking about. Let's see who's going to be here. It's going to be Van Der Esch, and I'm going to want to take him, but I'm not going to. There he is. J.J. Watt. Armstead at left tackle. Interesting. Do we go with him? I don't think so. Harrison Smith. Von Miller. There's really nobody here. Gallup, I suppose. He's getting 94 points from the Patriots. Let's go up to $8 million. 3.3. 94. So we're tied with the Patriots. I might just load up on receivers right here. 49.8 for Gallup. So that's going to beat them by 6. and maybe go a cutie just so he doesn't go to the Ravens. Let's go 4 years. Let's go 7. Let's go 2.85, 39.2, 101. So that's good. Ito Smith, no. Darius Geis is there, which would be awesome. But we have Sanders, so we should be fine. Hey, there's Jerry, who did go up to star development. What happened? Oh, signings. Where were we? Jerry, where are you, buddy? He's up to an 80 overall, and he could have been on our team. Wow. Collins is there. No. Crowder. Connor Williams, on the other hand. That'd be a great pickup. Let's go 3. Let's go 6.5 and up to $2 million signing bonus. 25.4. 108. A little much, but I think that'll be all right. Wow. Sutton's getting nothing. I almost want to bring him in just because he's getting nothing. Because I could probably make this offer that's going to be way more than what he's getting. Yeah. I'll bring him in for that cheap. Parker's there. Hayden Hurst is there. Justin Coleman. Justin Jackson. I guess we're good to go. Because we're working on the offensive line, which is really the most weak point on this team, in my opinion. Because our linebackers are getting better. Corners are good. Defensive line should be fine as well. Gallup turned us down. But we got Sutton. We got Cutie. So that's fine. That's a good pickup by us, considering Gallup turned us down. But let's go to the draft. We have the 6th overall draft pick, and there's a lot of options here. We could go with a receiver, which we don't need anymore. This right end is probably a beast. Seems like it, but we have Barnett. We have Myers. So that doesn't make sense. We do need offensive linemen, but we did sign Lane Johnson for 2 years, so I guess not. Defensive tackle, left guard, even though we just got Connor Williams. We could stick him over at right guard because we lost Brandon Brooks. A lot of good options here. I want to see if we can maybe trade back for a 1 and a 1. If we could do that, I will. Doesn't seem like it. No, we cannot, so we're not going to trade back whatsoever. I like how the Browns just offered a straight-up trade. Why would I do that? McDaniels looks like a beast. I really like Joseph. That's the thing. But I feel like McDaniels is the answer. And it's going to have to be the answer, I think. Yeah, let's take McDaniels. Wow. Wow, oh wow. 75 overall, 83 strength, 81 run block, 78 pass block. Whew, that was a bad pick. That is not going to help out the Eagles at all. I can't believe I just did that. I thought that was a surefire thing at pick number 6. I didn't want to go with a receiver. That didn't make sense, as I'm going to take one right now. Some good running backs here, maybe. Power back. I don't know if that's the answer, really. There's a tight end we don't need. Linebackers we don't need. Another power back. A- is across the board. What was the other guy? I guess I'm going to take a running back. It's going to be Cohen. But I'd rather not take that right now. So let's go with the right tackle, Darren Barkley. Looks like a beast. 73 overall. Star development, 21 years old. 88 strength, 78 run block, 77 pass block. Now, that was an absolute fantastic pick, in my opinion. Let's go one more time. I'm hoping maybe one of those running backs fall down. Tillman's there. Some good linebackers, but we don't need that. There's a lot of good linebackers. It seems like linebackers are easy to pick in Madden, in my opinion. Let's go with Charles Tillman. He looks pretty good. He's a 69 overall, 22 years old, 90 speed, 94 acceleration, 75 catching, 76 catching traffic. We also drafted a running back, Wendell Valentine, 64 overall. He has hidden development, 67 break tackle, 90 speed and acceleration, 87 agility. Heading into year 4, we're a 72 overall team, 81 offense, 75 defense. Wentz is an 85, Sanders 77, Cutie's an 81, Arcega-Whiteside 81, and Sutton's an 82. Ertz is a 94. The offensive line, 89, 75, 62, 79, and 76. On defense, Darby 83, Jones is an 81, Sweat 76, Miles should be starting, just saying. Cox is a 97, Warford's a 61, Barnett 81, Max 82. Houston 66, Hall's a 72, Bradham 76, Bernie's a 73, and Bruce is an 80. Let's go to the midseason mark. Now that is rough. We are in last place at 1-7. The Giants are 6-1, Cowboys 4-3, and the Redskins are also 4-3. Who's going to be a free agent? This is just bad. Fletcher Cox, come on back. Let's give him 2 years, 7-7. The salary needs improvement. Okay. Arcega-Whiteside, I want to bring back Sanders. Obviously, they're our best players on the team or not on the team. On the offensive side of the ball, other than Wentz at the moment. Miles Sanders. Bradham, I'll bring back just because he's superstar. Look at this for a running back. I love it. What? The bonus or the signing bonus needs improvement? What are you big timing me for? Good. Dillard's there, 76 overall. Let's go. 3 years, 5.7. Should have another year. Hopefully they'll put that in the game eventually. I mean, we need a left guard, so I'll make him an offer. It's not going to be anything pretty. We only have 1 year left. Miller, Houston, no. Lane Johnson for 1 more year. Actually, we franchise tagged him. That's right. Yeah, might have to franchise tag him again. Let's go to the playoffs. And of course, we have missed the playoffs yet again for a 4th year in a row. We went 6-10. The Cowboys 11-5. Redskins and the Giants 8-8. Let's take a look at the stats. Wentz 3,800 yards, 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Good year. Sanders 865, 10 touchdowns. Valentine with 6. Receiving. Cutie 920 with 5. Sutton 859, 9 touchdowns. Ertz 711 with 6 touchdowns. Arcega-Whiteside's really not performing at 585, 2 touchdowns. Goder with 3, 1 for Sanders. On defense, 111 tackles for Bradham, 106 for Sheffield. Sack totals, 4.5 for Barnett, 4 for Bradham, 3.5 for Cox. Interceptions, 4 for Sidney Jones, 2 for Darby. That's good to see. Do we have any safeties or defensive touchdowns? Of course we don't. Oh, no, we did. Not really concerned about it. I didn't really think we would have a defensive touchdown. It looked like it might have been from Sheffield. MVP Elliott, of course. There's not going to be any Eagles up here. Trubisky's up here, though. Jacoby Brissett. Coach of the Year, Freddie Kitchens. NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Nothing. Defensive Player of the Year. Nothing. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Valentine won it. That's good to see. Nothing else. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Sheffield won it. We also have Warford at number 5. And that's going to be it. We drafted mostly offensive linemen, so that's good. Now, what are we going to have for XP? And I need to see what we have for money because we have 1 final year left. And I think Lane Johnson's going to walk realistically. We have 3 for Soward. We have 2 for McDaniels. That was just such a bad pick. I hate it. Valentine with 3 will be a 67. On defense, Miles has 1 to be a 78. Hall with 2 will be a 73. Bernie with 1. Bruce with 1. Our draft picks aren't really coming along as quickly as I thought they would. But let's go find out who's going to win the Super Bowl. The Browns beat the Seahawks 30-24. Let's look at the stats. That makes sense. Mayfield, 274, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Wilson, 168, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rushing, Carson, 86 yards, Chubb, 78. Lofton, 4 for 82 with a touchdown. Njoku, 67 with a touchdown. Cole, 51. Landry, 46. Touchdown for Beckham with 45 yards. Also a touchdown for Tyler Kroft, still kicking around. Now, do we really want to bring back Lane Johnson? We have 1 final year left. We should. Don't get me wrong. We really should. Fletcher Cox, same thing. 48.5. Let's see. I think he wanted more signing bonus. Let's see if he takes this. Good. Okay. Lane Johnson. Okay, he only wants 1 year now. It's a little bit much. He's going to go to free agency. Do I want to give him 14.5? I don't really think so. I'll see if this guy will take 5, 2.8 this guy. If Sanders will take it. Dillard I have to bring back. And then we'll think about Lane Johnson because it's kind of... I don't know. We kind of have to make some moves in free agency. 14.5. Is there any way I could cut some money from our roster? Let's see. No, Darby I'm not going to do. Barnett we could, I suppose. That doesn't make sense. Sutton we could. Bruce. There's really nowhere to cut money, and I'm assuming it's because of Zach Ertz, Carson Wentz. Yeah, sorry, Arcega-Whiteside. I guess we're going to have to let Lane Johnson walk. Maybe we pick him up in free agency. I just don't think it's worth it at the moment. We have $25.84 million. Myron Jones is there. Quinnen Williams is there. Wow, never seen that. Brian Burns would be interesting. Superstar development. Lane Johnson's getting 97 points from the Cardinals. I mean, we have a backup right there in Barkley with 73, so we'll just move on from him. Eric McCoy, on the other hand, 90 points from the Broncos. I think we can beat that. 95. Okay, I think I might want to sweeten it a little bit more. McKinley's there again. Wasn't he there last year? Might have been the year before. He might have got a 2-year deal. So we're fine there. Fine at free safety. Strong safety, we don't have anybody. Gardner Johnson wouldn't be a bad pickup. 90 total points. That's good. Oh, Darby's going downhill. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know if Rock Ya-Sin's really going to be the answer at this point. That's going to beat out the Panthers by a lot, though. So now the question is, do we bring in Brian Burns, or do we try to bring in Brian Burns, that is? I guess we'll try? What if I extend it? Yeah, let's go 6 years, 8.4. 50 total points. Does that mean he wants to play 4 years? We just have to lower the contract? I mean, that's not going to do the trick. 38, that's way down there. All right, that'll be fine. This draft is going to have to be insane. And I think we'll have a good draft pick, so that's good. We got McCoy, Rock Ya-Sin, Gardner Johnson. That's awesome. Let's go to the draft. We have the 7th overall draft pick. I love this receiver right here. Drake looks awesome. Doesn't make sense for our team, though. Left end, right end, linebackers, middle linebackers. Strong safety we don't need anymore. We do need a right tackle. Cecil Paul doesn't seem all that great. Neither does Pagel. What about Jackson? Jackson seems pretty good, so that's who we're going to take. 76 overall, star development, 21 years old, 92 strength, 81 run block, 80 pass block. I think that's a great pick in my opinion. Let's go to the next pick. I think we have 2 second-round draft picks. Yes, we do. 7th and 26th. Is that it for draft, like multiple draft picks? Then we have 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 7th, but that's not really going to amount to anything. Tight end. Do we go with another right outside linebacker? Let's take him. Kyler Vanover. 67 overall, 22 years old. 74 tackles, 69 hit power, 81 speed, 83 acceleration. With our other second-round draft pick, we're taking left guard Bo Bush. He's a 67 overall, 21 years old, 88 strength, 64 run block, 77 pass block. In the 3rd round, we're getting the center, Austin Bartell. I know we just signed McCoy, but he looks too good to pass up on. 73 overall, star development, 79 strength and run block, 76 pass block. In our final year, we're a 76 overall team, 85 offense, 79 defense. Wentz is an 84, Sanders 78, Valentine's a 74, Sutton 83, Arcega-Whiteside 82, Cutie's an 82, Ertz 93, Jackson 76, McDaniel 77, McCoy 86, Williams is an 80, and Dillard's a 76. On defense, Maddox 83, Darby's an 82, Jones 82, Sins an 81, Miles 78, Cox 96, Warford 63, Barnett's an 82, Gardner Johnson's an 82, Hall 74, Bradham 74, Bernie 74, and Bruce is an 81. Here's our final chance to make the playoffs. Here we go. And of course we don't make it in our final year. How did we do? We went 6-10 yet again. The Cowboys are 10-6. Wentz, 4,100 yards, 36 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, a great year. Sanders, almost 1,100 yards, 4 touchdowns, Valentine with 4. Receiving Cutie, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Sutton, 892 with 4. Arcega-Whiteside, 733, 7 touchdowns. Ertz, 730 with 9. Sanders with 2 touchdowns. On defense, 127 tackles for Bradham. Sack totals, 11 for Cox, 6.5 for Barnett, 3 for Bradham. Interceptions, 3 for Maddox, 2 for Bruce and Darby. Do we have any safeties and defensive touchdowns? No and no. Yearly awards, what are we going to have here? Elliott, of course, Gurley, Harper. It's not going to be any Eagles basically anywhere on here. I could already tell. Maybe Defensive Player of the Year, maybe rookies. Nothing for offense. Oh, no, Wentz at 8. Okay, I stand corrected. Defensive Player of the Year, Bradham at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year, nothing. Defensive Rookie of the Year, what do you know? Oh, no, Gilmore at 10, but basically nothing. Let's take one final look at our team. This is a rough rebuild. Something I would like to come back to eventually. Go at it in a different way. Maybe move on from some people. I don't know. I'd have to see. Nothing really for XP. That's what's so disappointing. 3 for Hall, be a 77. Bernie, 175. Bruce with 283. Miles, 179. He didn't really come along that well. I don't know. Well, let's see. Where'd Jackson go? Jackson has 5 being 81, so that's good. Barkley is 78, so there is a lot of potential here. 4 for Martell, but it will probably take another 2-3 seasons, and I just don't have the time for that right now. So if you like the video, give it a like down below. Make sure to check out my channel, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.